Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Taking On Sports Podcast. As always, today podcast made by the fans for the fans. We're hearing from you guys, the fans. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Let's get the boys in here. I had no idea what Bear's background was going to be.
What? I am in Bermuda on the bye week.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You
everybody
got
goes to
enjoying
Cabo.
some well-deserved time off, huh?
Everybody goes to
Yeah.
Cabo, Barrett. You're supposed to go to Cabo.
Wherever. It can be any. It's just a beach and blue water.
enjoying some good time off, huh?
Yeah.
After a dominant performance from the Finns.
Oh man, I don't know if they keep winning. I will turn into a literal dolphin on the show in a couple weeks. I mean, I don't know what else I can add here to the ensemble. You know, I don't know.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to adopt a penguin or something. Sit next to me.
Absolutely great. Only Barrett can do this kind of stuff too. All right, so we are going to start off with college football. That way we can get this out of the way. All right, we got the new power rankings. We're going to show you the top 6 and how it plays out going into the college football playoffs. Imagine the playoffs start today. This is how it plays out. We would have Georgia versus TCU, Georgia 1, TCU 4, Ohio State versus Michigan. Obviously, we know this probably ain't going to be the final rankings, right? But imagine it starts today, right? Tennessee and LSU first 2 out. Do you guys have any objections with the top 6 list so far, or do you think one of these teams should be ousted right now? I mean, TCU got a huge win over Texas after coming in as the underdog. Weirdly,
all undefeated teams. This is how it should be. This is what the playoff committee was made to do, and they're making it easy on them right now. But yeah, Ohio State's going to end up playing Michigan. A lot of people want to see Tennessee versus Ohio State in the first round of the playoffs, so that matchup could happen. But with Tennessee's loss, are they playing? Who I don't know who's playing right now in the SEC championships. I guess
it would probably
Georgia
benefit
and LSU.
Tennessee. Yeah, it'd definitely benefit Tennessee to probably not play in it.
Well, I think they're on Georgia's side, so they can't play.
Yeah, they're on Georgia's side. But
If
it would
runs the table, it's Georgia LSU.
Ooh, so Tennessee needs Alabama to beat LSU then.
LSU already beat Alabama.
Okay.
That was 2 weeks ago.
LSU already beat Alabama. So who's on the other side then? LSU versus Georgia.
Yeah, LSU versus Georgia. Behind them is Alabama, which LSU has a tiebreaker against. So they're in over Alabama no matter what, unless they just fall off. Alabama beat Ole Miss, so they're in over Ole Miss. So LSU pretty much has to lose out for Bama to get in.
Oh, I don't think Bama will get in.
Yep. And then Tennessee, I think it'll benefit them greatly to not be able to play in the SEC championship. I think it's going to squeak them into the number 4 or the number 3 route because we're going to see Ohio State or Michigan. One of them's going to fall out.
Mm.
And then you have the Pac-12 teams, which USC is sitting there at number 7 or number 8. And I don't think they're the best Pac-12 team either. But it's like if everything goes their way, they win the Pac-12, then they'll be crowned the best Pac-12 team in the league. But I think if they have a chance to face Oregon, let's take a look at the Pac-12. Scroll on down here real quick. It's currently USC, Oregon, who would face off for the Pac-12 right now. So I like Oregon in that matchup personally against USC.
So there still is a way then for 3 SEC teams.
Yes. It could be no.
If LSU beats Georgia and Ohio State and Michigan, one of them lose.
Yeah, I think Georgia's going to be in no matter what. Even if they lose to LSU in the SEC championship, they'll just drop down to 4.
Okay, and then they would have to move LSU in.
Yeah, they'll have to move LSU in to not number 1, so they'll be 2 or 3.
So Tennessee gets defaulted because of Ohio State and Michigan. Boom.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, Georgia's pretty much in no matter what. They're the best team in the country. There's no question about it. It's honestly the two best teams in the country in my eyes, Georgia and Michigan. And I think that should be the college football playoff championship game right there.
Cody says LSU does not jump in if they beat Georgia.
If they beat Georgia, LSU's 100% in. Even as a 2-loss, they're 100% in.
No doubt.
That's the biggest win of the year. If LSU wins. Yeah, LSU cannot lose another game. But if Georgia's not going to lose another game. I mean, look at their remainder schedule. They play Kentucky, which they're a 21-point favorite. They play Georgia Tech, who they're probably going to be a 40-point favorite, and then they play LSU. They play LSU twice. They have LSU on their schedule. I didn't see that. Georgia. LSU and Georgia finish off the year.
No.
What?
I didn't see that. That changes things right there a lot. Because that loss, if LSU would have to beat Georgia twice, basically. Beat them in the regular season, then turn around and play them in the SEC championship to secure their spot. But if LSU loses this first game and then they turn around and play again in the SEC championship, it's like
no, I think that is the championship because it says it's played at a neutral location. They already have that championship locked in.
Oh, they do. Oh, so that's locked no matter what.
Yeah, I think they're both guaranteed to play in the championship for sure.
Okay, never mind. Excuse me. Sorry.
Clown.
I got a little wild there.
Yeah.
LSU storms the field for the third time this year if they beat Georgia. Oh, absolutely. If you take down number one, no matter what rank you are, unless you're a blue blood, which is LSU considered a blue blood?
Well, it's a neutral site, so they wouldn't storm it.
Oh, yeah. It'll be full of randos. I don't know. All right. Let's move on to the top 5 games of the week.
There it is. The middle. Oh,
yeah,
God.
I put it in the middle just because.
Cody Turner.
Cody Turner. All right. We're going to start off with UCLA hosting the Trojans. UCLA only favored 2.5. Seth, what are your thoughts here? Is this a trap game for Lincoln Riley and the boys, or what are you thinking?
I don't know if USC's defense can keep up with UCLA's offense. I think they had a bad week last week, and when they got beat, the Trojans. Let's just put it how it is. The Trojans are basically carried by Caleb Williams every single week. If they did not have the top 3 quarterback in the country, they would be 3-4 loss team this year. Caleb Williams is what he was made out to be coming out of high school. He's electric. He's an amazing quarterback talent. But I don't think the defense can keep, like I said already, I don't think they can keep up. And I don't think USC is going to be able to make the points up. So I'm going to take UCLA at home.
Wow. In the Rose Bowl, huh?
This one's getting tough for me because I really like UCLA. I like Dorian Thompson, the quarterback for UCLA. Caleb Williams, in my eyes, is the best quarterback in the country. He's 31 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, 3,000 yards at like 68% completion percentage. The dude is absolutely on fire. Scores like 50 points a game. He does everything he needs to do to not turn the ball over, puts his team in great position. I just got a weird feeling, man, that the USC is going to roll into UCLA and just put a hurt on them, man. I like USC to win this game, and I like it by a lot too. What do you think, Barrett?
Well, UCLA just lost at home to Arizona, so you're really picking back-to-back home losses for UCLA, or you're picking, Trojans to get just out offense, but that's because Alex Grinch stinks. Their defense stinks. Overall, though, I think USC just has a little bit better talent, and I hate to do it because I like the Bruins, man, but I'm going to have to take USC, dude.
USC has a tough remaining schedule. I mean, they face UCLA, Notre Dame, and then whoever they face in the Pac-12, which is probably going to be Utah or Oregon.
Yeah. I mean, they only lost to Utah by 1 point.
And in my opinion, if USC wins that remaining schedule, you knock off 16 UCLA, 18 Notre Dame, who's probably going to go up after this week. You knock off the top 10 Oregon or Utah. I think they're in. I think they're in the top 4.
That's a gauntlet.
Yeah, it is a gauntlet. That's a tough schedule. But I think if they win all those games, you have to put them in. Like, you just have to.
So
those are 3 really hard teams to beat at the end of the year. And if they do it, you got to throw them in.
If UCLA wins, do they essentially play the winner of Utah and Oregon for the Pac-12? I guess no, because they could lose one more game. So we'd have to see.
Yeah, there's still one more game to decide that. It's whoever wins out that last game. If USC loses, then it kind of goes to like a 4-way tiebreaker. But I think no matter what, it's going to be between Oregon and Utah. It's going to be in the championship game, and then it's going to be between the Trojans and UCLA on the other side. It's kind of vague, but now that I said it out loud. All right, we move on to Utah at Oregon. Oregon favored 3 in this contest. I like Oregon to just put a whooping on Utah. This is their game. They need to make a statement. As a 2-loss team rolling in, just bounced out of the top 10. If they can come in and take down Utah and finish off the year strong against Oregon State and then the Pac-12 championship, they have a chance to hop right back in the playoffs. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they have a chance. Seth, what do you think? Who you like to win this game?
Oh man, Oregon gets back-to-back home games. They just lost to Washington at home. Probably going to go in the same route. I think it's a little bit of we're pissed off. We're going to get back into this. Bo Nix. I'm going to take Oregon at home.
No 2-loss team is getting in. LSU literally has a route to get in.
LSU. Both of you guys take Oregon. And what has happened? What has happened when both of you guys have taken Oregon?
Yeah, but Oregon's they're about to start their second streak of the longest home game winning streak. They got snapped last week. They're going to pick it right back up after this week. Chalk them up.
Give me Utah. Oregon will take their 3rd straight L on Barrett's anti-Oregon pick.
Wow. All right, we got TCU at Baylor. This line is on here because TCU's only favored 2.5. And when I looked at the line earlier this week, I don't know if it was a typo. They had Baylor favored by 1 point earlier this week, and it's kind of flipped. It's 2.5. I like to think that was a typo put in by a couple of the betting sites. So I was just like, you know what? Let me look today. I looked today. It's 2.5. So I updated the sheet. Seth, do you think it's a trap game for TCU rolling into Waco?
No, because they play. Who do they play next week? Kansas? No, they already played Kansas. They finished off the season against not so great Big 12 team. So I don't think so. I think you got to take care of business right here. You win the Big 12 championship and go on to the playoffs. Maybe next week. I don't know why
against Iowa State.
Yeah, and a decent defensive team. I don't know. I think Baylor. Everybody thinks that Baylor's going to come out and just run the football all over them, and that's what. And they play good defense. So I think that's why they think they're going to shut TCU down. Is what I saw, but I don't think TCU has an issue beating Baylor this week, and even in Waco. I mean, I'd take TCU minus the 2.5.
Yeah, Barrett, what do you think?
Yeah, TCU's got to keep it rolling, man. They're the Big 12's only hope. So, got to keep it. I'm taking TCU.
Yeah, I like TCU. They take care of Baylor. I mean, the same way they took care of Texas. It's just chalk it up for TCU. Allow them to walk into the Big 12 championship.
Roll at Texas.
All right. Then we have Georgia at Kentucky. I scrolled through the list, didn't see a lot of other games that really felt like it was kind of a big play game. Kentucky was ranked. They had a really good quarterback. Georgia's obviously the number 1 team in the country. Georgia's favored 22.5. Seth, I'm not going to ask you, is Kentucky going to win? Because we all know Georgia's going to win this game. But do you think Kentucky covers that spread?
Kentucky, they lost 2 straight in a row. They're not looking so hot. They're really reeling out here. Whenever you first look at the season halfway through, you said, "Oh man, Mark Stoops, this team is going to contend." They're back down in the SEC. I think Georgia is going to put the hurting on Kentucky. So I think Georgia probably covers 22.5. A lot of points, but Kentucky has not looked good the last 2 weeks.
Barrett, what do you think? Kentucky, do they cover this, or does Georgia just outpace them?
I think Georgia steamrolls, but Vance, I mean, clearly you're missing a game here. ESPN Plus, 1:30. I mean, you got Old Dominion at Appalachian State.
Oh,
man.
Probably, I thought you were about to tell me I missed Army versus Navy or something. Dang.
No, that's not.
I can't believe ODU, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I thought Army versus Navy was later.
Taylor, the starting quarterback of the Washington Commanders, who beat the shit out of the dog shit Eagles, Taylor Heineke, his alma mater there, Old Dominion. Oh man,
big week for ODU.
yeah, it's a big week.
Big week for ODU. Shit. All right, Georgia. I think Georgia's going to steamroll this game. Kentucky just 2 straight losses. They're kind of falling off. They had a hot early in the year where they actually got like a pretty high ranking earlier this year, but I don't think they have a chance to really contend with Georgia. I think Georgia's going to steamroll their way into the SEC championship and get ready to face down LSU. Now we move on to the game of the week for us, anyways. Number 24 OSU versus unranked Oklahoma.
Oh God.
OU favored
whopping
24 ranked Oklahoma State. Sorry, I mixed it up with the better OSU. Sorry. OU favored 7.5. Seth, do you see anything wrong with this line, or is this kind of like what we expect?
Every OSU fan will tell you, "Oh, this line's right. We don't, blah blah." Why is Oklahoma favored? I have no clue. They can't stop a nosebleed on defense. DG is inaccurate and missing wide open passes on offense. I mean, we're just struggling. We lost West Virginia last week. That should tell you all you need to know about losing to a 2-7 program. Right there. Big time recruiting weekend though for this week. It's going to be cold. It's going to be at the Palace. So I'm taking Oklahoma minus the 7.5.
Cody doesn't think Gunny can go back to back. Has Gunny ever gone back to back?
The last coach to go back to back versus OU is Les Miles in 01 and 02.
Man, Barrett, what do you think here? OU favored correctly, or you think this line should be tightened up in OSU's favor?
I do want to say I think that's right. Sorry, go ahead, Barrett.
No, I mean, listen, OU is still the big brother when it comes to football. Chill out, wrestling people. Okay. And I think going into a hostile environment, Bedlam's going to be rocking still. OU fans should be coming out in droves. Don't just stop supporting the team. Don't be a fair weather fucking fan just because they're 5-5. Just give coach, a year or two with his guys that he's recruiting, and they should beat Oklahoma State. They should beat them. Oklahoma State has been pretty bad. I mean, they are just on a skid pretty much, but OU isn't looking great, but I think OU is going to lock it down and beat Gundy for sure. Yeah.
I like it. Yep.
Yeah. I know, but I know wrestling's like one of the biggest
differentials.
And programs there at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's literally their head program. That's where they get all their money.
Yeah.
But OU 7.5. If I were to throw an alternate line, I'm talking OU 2.5. I think DG's gonna have to drive the field to win this game at the end of the ball game. I don't think we can stop OSU's offense. They're not even like a crazy potent offense either. That's what's crazy about it. But like Seth said, we literally can't stop a nosebleed. We couldn't even find the tissue to help like put underneath our nose, man. It's just we can't figure it out. Defense can't figure it out. Offense is struggling. DG with like 6 picks in the last 2 games. It's not looking good. A lot of those aren't his. Well, 3 out of the 6 aren't his fault, so half aren't his fault. But it's like the offense just isn't moving. The defense isn't moving. Special teams isn't even looking good. We're giving up long punt returns, long kick returns. Luckily, we have Michael Turk who's kicking them out of the end zone most of the time. But the past 2 weeks, he's given up 2 that have gone back for like 40 yards. So special teams ain't looking good. Nothing in OU is looking great right now. So I still think OU comes out on top in this contest, but it's only going to be by a field goal.
Yeah, if Oklahoma State didn't have Spencer, I think it'd be an OU blowout. I don't know. Gunnar Gundy is not capable of leading this team this year. You never know what happens next year. I don't even think he starts next year. And Rangel, if you put Rangel in, I don't know if his red shirt goes away. So Spencer Sanders is going to be the key to this game. I think he's been the key to every Oklahoma State games. OSU goes how Spencer Sanders goes. If he's red hot, it's going to be hard to beat Oklahoma State, even in Norman, just because of who it is. It's a running quarterback. He's going to get in the end zone. He's going to expose Oklahoma's defense.
Gosh.
I like it. I'm trying to see. All right, that's all I got for college football. I was trying to find something to come up with college basketball. Number 6, Kansas, falling down the ranks, even though they're winning, but they're not. They're not. Let me see why they're falling down the ranks. Oh, because they just played Duke by 5. I don't know. Weird. Weird. All right, Barrett.
Yes.
Tell us why
Okay.
the Vikings are the best team in the NFL.
They're not the best team in the NFL. What are you talking about?
Great.
Seth
Tell us
is
why.
the one that thinks they're the best team in the NFL.
I was just trying to get your different opinion on it.
I didn't say they're the best in the NFL.
Vikings are not the best in the NFL.
I had a gripe with said Barrett's power rankings.
Which we'll get to. But hey, after this win over Buffalo, you don't think the Vikings are one of the top teams in the NFL?
No.
You don't think you don't think they have a chance to come out of the NFC?
No.
They don't play. They don't have to come out of the AFC. They don't have to go through powerhouses, Buffalo, Miami, the Chiefs. They're on a bye week this week, so they don't get no respect. They don't play anybody. Buffalo,
no.
I mean, if you look at Barrett's power rankings this week, we got 1, 2, 3 AFC teams again. Probably should throw in a 4th one.
Probably.
Check a Logan's comment, dude. That's rough.
Listen, Vikings are the worst 8-1 team since the 8-whatever or the X-1 Giants of this year. Listen, that was a great signature win by the Vikings. Good job, like going into Buffalo, beating them. I mean, that is great for AFC people. But I'm not going to say he's a fluke at all. But Justin Jefferson is just on another planet, man. Like he's probably the best receiver in the NFL. And we got Tyreek, but are they the best team in the NFL? Vikings? No, they are not. They lost to the Eagles, and just their other wins. Like their other wins. Yes, you can still talk about their other shitty wins. You can still give them props for beating the Bills, but they still have just a bunch of shit wins, and they're still wins. Everyone's going to take that, but I just don't.
NFL. Just because teams are bad doesn't mean they can't grind one out every now and then.
You're right, and bad teams can win. Bad teams can win. Look what happened. I mean, the Commanders, but
look at the Eagles.
Yeah, any given Sunday. Listen, Vikings. Sorry about it. I don't think they won't even make it to the NFC Championship. No way, dude. No way.
No. Vikings have one more primetime game this year on their schedule. They have 2 games that are TBD, but they're against the Colts and the Bears, and those teams aren't getting flexed into primetime.
How many primetime games they have?
1 left. They have Sunday Night Football against the Patriots in 2 weeks.
I wish we would have had Kirk Cousins on primetime this next week. Dang it.
Yeah. So Vikings are going to lose. They're going to lose to Dallas, and I will bet $10 on Dallas if anyone wants to take that bet. And then they're going to lose to the Patriots on primetime, and then poof, they're an 8-3 team on a 2-game losing streak going into
the Jets and Lions. After that,
Can't
and then
count
the
out
Giants,
the Jets.
and then the Packers and the Bears.
They could go on a 6-7 game losing streak.
No,
We'll see what happens with the
come on.
Vikings. We'll see what happens with the Vikings. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, dude. They are skimming by. They're skimming by. And hey, you'll take 8-1. Any of us would, but nah. They're going to lose to Dallas. They're going to go on a 2-game losing streak. They're going to lose to Dallas and then Patriots on prime time. Lock it up. Put a future bet in right now and get your money if you're in a gambling state. I would bet.
Now, here's another question for you. Carson Wentz has been cleared for throwing this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go Taylor Heineke or Carson Wentz going forward? Taylor Heineke seems to bring
what kind
an
of question
energy.
is that, Vance?
That is the clown question of the week, right?
All right, yeah, because Taylor Heineke seems to bring an energy that Carson just doesn't fucking have.
They are 4 wins in their last 5. Like Heineke is,
But going on to next year, like if you're looking, let's in the season, right? You're going into free agency. You're going into the draft. Are you looking to get another quarterback, or are you going to give ODU Taylor Heineke one more year?
I mean, how's he finish the season? That's the big question.
Yeah, you got to see how he finishes. You got to cut Carson Wentz and his whatever money you're paying him. You got to get that off.
I think he's a free agent this year.
Yeah, you keep Heineke. You can try to trade up or draft a young quarterback. Heineke goes in as the starter, and you have a young gun and treat Heineke kind of like an Alex Smith type, and if Heineke starts sucking or whatever, bring in the rookie. Fuck it. Like you're Washington. Other than the Giants, who I think are having a great fraud type of year, you're not Washington's not overall talent-wise better than Dallas, and they're definitely not overall talent-wise than the Eagles. So you got to look at the next few years and, you got to mold a young quarterback and Heineke, he'll have experience, and the team just plays with a fire with him though. That's just, and sometimes that's what it's all about. If he makes the throws and makes the plays, man, I mean, that livens up everything. So we'll see. But yeah, Carson Wentz stinks, just like Sean said. You cannot put him in. Like, you need to keep this, Dan Snyder selling the team rumors that he's actually going to do it, and the Heineke, chains on the airplane like Kirk Cousins. Like, you got to keep this good momentum going until at least till playoff time. If you don't make the playoffs, hey, good things are on the horizon for Washington.
Plus, they play the crappy Texans this week. Yeah. So let's just let ODU run it out. What's wild, though, is if you look at the AFC East, they have every team in the playoff picture right now, right? They have every team. That's Washington wild. Is currently the 9 seed. Right? Oh, no, wait. They're currently the 8 seed in the NFC. So the NFC East almost has every playoff team in. So if the 49ers slip up and ODU
and the NFC South only has one team above 500.
That's
actually they're only 500.
They're at 500.
Yeah,
but
the Bucks are.
Don't worry. If the records were to stay like this throughout the entire season, the Bucks would basically get a bye in the divisional round or the wild card round, playing the Giants. So I would if I'm a team at the top, I'm gonna work my wins and losses around to try to get the Giants in the wild card, so I can get an easy one.
Bucks are gonna have like 7 wins. Tom Brady's gonna win the division, and then he's gonna have to play like Taylor Heineke, Daniel Jones in the playoffs, Jimmy G, and Brady's gonna be in the Super Bowl. Let's come on.
Yeah, listen, the Buccaneers, they probably play the Giants round 1. Then they get let's say the Niners with a backup quarterback or something. Well, Jimmy G is a backup quarterback, so there you go with that.
Yeah, he's a starter. Come on.
Then you got to play.
They probably get the fucking Seahawks somehow.
Oh, Geno Smith versus Tom Brady. Like, yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Good for
He was out
Brady.
here putting dirt on Jimmy G like he didn't lead a team to the NFC Championship and a Super Bowl.
Vance, how many times have we been over
Jimmy
this?
G.
I
Did
know
you see
love the
that
comment.
stat?
I know. Look, he's just trying to rile us up, Barrett.
For all the viewers out there, Jimmy G is 10-2 somehow when he doesn't throw a touchdown in the game. He's 10-2. If that's the definition of getting carried, if not the definition, I don't know what is. Because Jesus Christ, like, oh my God, that wouldn't even. If that was Dak Prescott or Tua, or they would be getting eviscerated for that kind of stat. No, Jimmy holds it up like a fucking golden ticket, man. Like, oh, it's so sickening,
He's
bro.
terrible.
I can't.
I'm glad national TV fucking threw him under the bus for that shit too.
Yeah, and they know I mean, the way they presented
that's
that
a
stat,
craziest stat. Yeah,
with no touchdowns, not even a rushing.
I love it. Like, I'm slowly becoming a 49ers fan this year just because of that shit, dude. I love watching Jimmy G go out there and stink it up and still collect the win. And then him and Aaron Andrews make googly eyes with each other after the game. It's like, I love seeing that shit.
Like, what the hell, Chargers? Like, what in the hell?
Hey, dude, it was Elijah Mitchell dicing them up for 18 carries, 89 yards.
Like, get your boys, Carl. Come on, man. Fuck.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Barrett, you got some explaining to do on this B list.
Yeah, he does.
No explain necessary. What do you mean?
Here it is. Break this one down for us this week, huh?
I just want to say again, if you're watching national networks, okay, this list was in before any of them schmoes had their list on their little, viewership television, okay?
He put out 2 lists this week, by the way, folks.
Yeah.
Well, he put
out one before the Eagles game because he thought it was a wash. And then he had to flip the list around a little bit.
Yeah.
To squeak the Eagles back down to number 2.
Hey, Baltimore, very quietly, okay? Listen, very quietly, their defense has gotten a lot better. Lamar Jackson is playing. He's doing Lamar Jackson things.
Lamar Jackson's
they're not
awful.
They're not blowing leads anymore. Okay, they're just under the radar. They're probably going to win that division because Burrow still doesn't have Chase. I mean, they're on a 3-game winning streak. Come on, they shouldn't have lost to the fucking Giants. Let's be real. Like, come on.
Or the Fins.
Technically, no, they shouldn't have blown a fucking 21-point lead straight up. So Ravens at 5. Okay, Ravens at 5.
Bang, right there.
Ravens at 5. Bills, 2-game losing streak. Josh Allen he leads the league in interceptions. I'm sorry, Bills. Mm-hmm. You're out of here. You're out of here. I really didn't want to do this because Miami's been playing great since they left the B list. But I don't know who else to put here. I mean, Miami.
Curse.
Yeah. So we're probably going to lose off our bye week. No, we got another B list because Miami has a bye week. So they'll probably stay here. Then they play the Texans. So who knows? I mean, Miami's playing great. 4 straight wins. I mean, like I said, I'm in like all the garb. Fins up, Logan. Like Tua is the NFL Air Player of the Week 3 straight weeks.
Oh, man.
Dude, leading the league in passer rating. Just Tyreek Hill and Mike McDaniel. You just can't say enough about how this team is completely different, man. Like it feels so good, especially how Brian Flores was last year, just bringing the team down with his negative energy and trying to do that Belichick way bullshit, and just had them walking in the line in the halls and shit. Anyways, yeah, Dolphins at 4, they're playing great. Okay, Vikings, you're at 3. You're X and 1. You only have 1 loss, but you got beat by the Eagles. Like, we'll see what happens. Like, y'all are going to get kicked off the B list because you're going to lose to the Cowboys anyway. But they are 8-1. They went into Buffalo. Major props there. Game of the year. Like, Justin Jefferson's playing out of his mind. Kirk Cousins, Kirk Thuggins, whatever you want to call him. Like, he's doing work. So, good for the Vikes, man. Yeah, good for the Vikes. Eagles, man. Nick Lamb. What happened? What happened? Hey, it's okay. Get the loss out now. The last 8-1 team, I think, won the Super Bowl. Okay. I believe you're probably still best in the NFC. Yeah, check it. All right. Yeah. So Jalen Hurts had some mistakes. Lone call for sure. Mostly everyone can agree on. And so, but hey, they took the L. Get it out of the way. Eagles will be all right. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they keep rolling, man. Like Mahomes is playing at an MVP level. Like even as a Dolphins fan, I still would probably take Mahomes over Tua or anyone else for MVP right now. Mahomes just
I
keeps
thought you meant
dealing.
like as the keys to your franchise. We were about to open up a whole nother can of worms.
Wait, what do you mean?
I thought you were about to say I'd probably take Mahomes over Tua to run my franchise.
No, I mean with what Mahomes is doing without Tyreek, and everyone said he was going to drop off. Mahomes is great. I mean, he's the best QB in the league right now to me. I mean, they're just going to keep steamrolling people. They're probably going to be the number 1 seed. Like they're on the up and up. Bills are on the down. So I think the AFC is going to go through Arrowhead this year. So I mean, their division was supposed to be good, but they stink. So there's that. Like they're going to beat the shit out of everyone in their division still, like they have been doing. There may be one game where Mahomes tries to do too much. Those couple of picks, they'll probably take a loss. But I mean, look at their schedule, dude. Like, do you see them losing to like the Rams? No. Bengals, maybe. That's at Cincinnati, maybe. But like Broncos, Raiders, Seahawks, Texans, Broncos, like let's ride country. Another Broncos fucking primetime game. God dang. So yeah, so come on. Like Chiefs will probably be at number 1.
That game will get.
Yeah.
Wait, who's got another prime? Oh, that game will probably get flexed. Maybe not because Mahomes is there.
At Broncos, NBC on the 11th of December, maybe.
It could potentially get flexed.
It could.
What week is that?
What week was it?
13, 14, 15. I'll go look at week 15. You guys keep going.
You know who else plays on the 11th? Never mind. No, Miami at Bills is the 18th.
Yeah, but Bills are falling off. Like you said it.
Well, I'm just saying if the Bills don't lose another game up to that point, like they're probably going to get flexed. Listen.
Let's see here.
I don't want Miami playing the Bills at Buffalo at night. Fuck all that. That's like a 20-degree difference probably.
Yeah, let's see. On the 11th, Chargers, Dolphins. That's where that game's at. Eagles, Giants at noon. You don't flex that in?
Ooh.
I'd flex
Giants,
that puppy in.
Giants
Browns, Bengals, Deshaun Watson, Browns. Probably flex
Browns,
that pup.
absolutely not.
Probably flex that in. Jets, Bills, probably flex that in.
That would be okay. If they keep winning.
But it's Patrick Mahomes, so he'll stay in primetime.
Yeah, but it's let's ride 2 or 3 win Russell Wilson. No, dude. Yeah. They're not going to have a losing team, I don't think, that late.
NBC's not gonna allow the NFL to take Mahomes off primetime TV from them.
But they'd rather have 2 competitive teams, though.
Yeah, the NFL would, but it's up to NBC to get that deal to get that schedule flexed, and I don't think NBC is going to allow them to take Mahomes off TV.
Well, it's less than a month away, so they're going to have to do it, I think, in like a week or 2.
Yeah, they can do it a week before.
Oh,
so I don't know. Seth, what are your thoughts on the B list?
I hate it.
He thinks the Vikings should be 2, man.
I think the Vikings should be 2.
No way, dude. Eagles beat the Vikings.
Listen, I think Baltimore shouldn't even be on this list.
Who would you put at 5?
At number 5, I don't know, Tennessee Titans.
Come on.
Dang.
Nah, sorry, Bill. Not quite yet. Listen, they've been eking out games because of
The 7-2 Giants.
I told you they'll never make an appearance because they are fucking frauds. I'll tell you that right now.
Let me tell you why, real quick. I
Okay.
believe the Vikings deserve to be the number 2 team in the league. Eagles are frauds. They played a weak-ass schedule. And you're going to say, oh, the Eagles beat the Vikings. It was primetime Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
And
if
we
you
all
ain't
know-
if you can't win in prime time, you can't win on the Super Bowl. You can't win in the playoffs because guess what? All those games are prime time.
Exactly. So he's
I'm not
terrible.
putting Kirk Cousins anywhere if he's terrible in prime time.
Okay,
Why would
but
you put him at number
he
2?
Lost. The Eagles beat him in primetime. We know he's bad in primetime. That's just how it
Great,
goes.
put him in prime time again. What's he gonna do? Lose?
He'll probably fold. Okay.
Put him in a playoff primetime game, he'll lose. Put him in a Super Bowl primetime with millions upon millions watching and hundreds of thousands at the stadium, or about 90,000 at the stadium alone this year. L.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to check in real quick. Huh?
You smack a basketball in?
Five-legger for 400. Let's go.
Oh, you hit it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nice.
But okay, I've always said all year long the Eagles are frauds. They play a cupcake schedule. They get put on prime time. Jalen Hurts shits down his leg. Moment's too big enough for him. Pisses down his leg. Not really an athlete. Goddard goes out there, bang, how you doing? Injured, and then ODU comes through and beats that ass. So, therefore, I think the Eagles are frauds. I think the Vikings made an impeccable comeback versus the Buffalo Bills Mafia Bills. Okay, so they deserve to be number 2. That was game of the year right there. You're not going to give me any credit for that?
I gave them credit. They're number 3. What are you talking about?
They need to be number 2.
Nah. Can't. Nope.
Yeah.
Because they're going to immediately lose to Dallas. And then who do the Eagles play? Who do the Eagles play? Let's see here.
Let's see. You go to Jalen Hurts on primetime. What's he do? He accounts for 3 total touchdowns. You go to Kirk Cousins on primetime against the Eagles. He accounts for 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions.
Exactly.
I'm taking Jalen Hurts in primetime over Kirk Cousins any day of the week.
Listen, props to the Commanders, but homeboy shouldn't have fumbled. Okay, the receiver. He just fumbled on that big catch. And then, the questionable, there were kind of 2 calls there. You know what I mean?
Quez Watkins, dude, with the fumble downfield.
Yeah. So
they lost 3 fumbles.
Okay.
Devontae, Quez Watkins, and Goddard all lost fumbles.
But Dallas got fucked over in Lambeau, so whatever. They should be on the B list, huh?
Nah. Y'all blew a 14-point lead. Come on.
They did.
Agreed.
They did.
Yeah,
Okay, they did.
If you blow a 14-pointer.
Anytime Dallas goes to Lambeau, any fucking year, any fucking date,
You're so
fucking date, they fucking get flagged like a motherfucker up there. Okay? Mike McCarthy said in his press conference, and I'm glad he said it. He said, big play penalty, big play penalty, big play penalty. We had a 14-yard draw, fucking caught back. A 12-yard catch, called back for bogus calls. Fucking Jair Alexander can get on the back of CeeDee Lamb and hump the back of his neck when the ball's in the air, but it doesn't get fucking called in overtime because it's Lambeau Field. I hate that place. If I ever got a bucket list of going to fucking all the NFL stadiums, Lambeau would be left off of that list because they're fucking terrible. I hate that fucking field. And I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Don't worry. Y'all are going to bounce back versus the 8-1 Vikings. No worries.
He said, we're not dead. They are dead. You're clowns. You're going to lose this week. You're going to lose probably fucking 5 more games on your schedule, Rodgers. And you better ride off into the sunset because you're done. You're done.
Well, the Packers, they got a tough schedule. All right, look at this. Titans. At Eagles. At Soldier Field. Justin Fields. Rams. At Miami at Christmas Day. Time L. Then the Vikings and then the Lions.
Oh man, that's at least 4 losses, Barrett. Am I right?
Dude, yeah. I mean, I think Ray Rodgers.
We're talking
dead.
a 7-10 Viking, a 7-10 Packers team.
Yeah, common
Thank
Barrett
you,
W.
Thank you.
I'm thinking they finish 9-8 on the year. They only get 2 more losses.
Oh.
No.
So out of all those teams, listen again real fast, Barrett. Tell me
Bro.
two. You're telling me 2 of these teams don't beat the Packers?
Titans, Eagles, Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Lions. There's no way.
right.
The Dolphins, Eagles are guaranteed L's.
Bro. Miami might blow out Aaron Rodgers for like the first time. And I don't say that.
Stop the run. Derrick Henry's about to have a field day.
Derrick
I'm
Henry's
not
going to go up.
sold that Miami's going to blow out Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sold they're even going to win that game.
Oh.
Look, versus the Titans,
Miami stopped Nick Chubb
versus the Titans.
Hold the run game. Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be able to do shit. He's going to get sacked like 50 times that game.
Look, all I'm
guess
saying
what?
is Aaron Rodgers is going to get a big win against the Titans. He's going to catch an L against the Eagles.
Bill, did you hear
There's
that?
1-1 right there. Dominate the Bears. I mean, it's at Chicago. Come on. He owns Chicago in Chicago, Soldier Field. He's only lost like 3 games total in his whole career.
Fair enough. On principle, we'll give you that.
He's going to beat the Rams because the Rams are poverty this year.
Correct. Will not beat Miami. In Miami. It's going to be
okay,
90 degrees.
listen,
It's going to be 90 degrees in December on their sideline.
Listen, Barrett. L to Miami. Listen, I'll give you the L, but you're doing a shot of rumple if they lose.
What?
Vikings W, because they've already played them once this year and got swamped by them. So Vikings W. They always split with the Vikings.
Isn't that Lambeau?
And then Lions W because they lost to the Lions.
So it's 9-8.
9-8 right there, boys.
Okay, solid prediction. I don't hate it.
And if they beat Miami, then you flop an L with the Vikings and go 0-2 against the Vikings here. But
9-8's not getting the playoffs this year.
Aaron Rodgers is not losing twice to the Lions or the Vikings. He just doesn't. His whole career, he doesn't lose twice to either one of those teams. He'll either split or 2-0 them. And this year he's going to split. He's going to 2-0 the fucking Bears because the Bears stink.
He owns the Bears, yes.
I mean, the Bears, their only chance to win was at Lambeau because when he goes to Chicago, it's just going to be a massacre.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not even close. But we'll move on to NFL Weekly Pick'ems. Speaking of Green Bay, we have Green Bay versus the Titans.
Tomorrow night
On Thursday Night Football at Lambeau, folks. Give me Green Bay Packers. Seth, what do you think?
I'm going to go complete opposite of you. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans, and here's why. I think Derrick Henry has a monster, and I mean monster, game on the ground. Packers made a huge mistake in the offseason. That was getting rid of Zadarius Smith, and that is ultimately a big piece of their downfall this season. Derrick Henry looked for about 29 carries for 168 yards. Okay. He's going to go off. Tannehill's probably going to make the throws he needs to make. It's probably going to be a cold motherfucker. So, yeah, I don't.
Normally when Derrick Henry gets 29 carries, he's pushing 200.
168 yards, that's pushing 200.
No, I'm talking like pushing 200. Like
one
more carry and he's over, or a couple carries before he's already over.
I forgot to add 2 touchdowns. There you go. So you go ahead and give me the Titans in Lambeau.
Okay.
I don't know, Barrett. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what? Give me the Titans because the Packers are going to be fucking dead after this weekend anyway. All this discussion that we just had about their schedule, they're going to go back-to-back losses to the Titans and the fucking Eagles, and then guess what? They're going to come down to Miami, sweat their ass off, and take another L. That's going to be 3 more L's. They're going to have like 10 losses. Aaron Rodgers.
You know who makes an appearance this weekend in Lambeau? Turtleneck Rodgers. WWW. Aaron Rodgers with the turtleneck. 31 degrees in Lambeau. Give me Aaron Rodgers.
Perfect game to get the ball ran down their throat.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers loves to get that ball in the air with 31 degrees.
Okay.
I like this game.
Tannehill's back. It's not Malik Willis that, has 2 completions.
It doesn't matter.
Yards.
Both are poverty quarterbacks. It doesn't matter.
I'm not arguing,
They
but Tannehill's a better
literally
poverty.
rely. Yeah, he's a better poverty quarterback.
Tannehill is a trash can in New York City, and Malik Willis is a trash can in downtown Tulsa.
Dude, I want to chime in real quick because I just got a notification. Barrett, you're missing one hell of a fucking ball game here for the Thunder. 1 second left. SGA drills a 3 to go up by 1.
Again? Can they not blow this one?
Yeah, no, they'll foul. They'll foul at the end. They'll foul. Don't you worry. All right.
I mean, step back 3-pointer too. I mean, he fucking SGA is him, dude. Give me that.
He is 42 points, bro. He is like Tua this year, man. He's gonna be in the MVP conversation, man.
We got it's a different sport, but I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Too bad SGA is gonna be traded to the Detroit Pistons next year.
If anybody, it's the Raptors, but
the Lakers.
We're trading him to whoever has the number 1 overall pick. As well with
SGA and Chet would go fucking hand in hand, or SGA, Chet, and whoever goes number 1,
Zimbabwe
would go hand in hand.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah,
Sam Presti would be a fucking stooge. He would be stooge of the century to trade SGA.
I don't think so. I think it'd be a great move.
All right, Dallas Vikings. Let's go right here.
All right, Dallas Vikings. Dallas
right here.
Why is Dallas favored in this contest? Seth, tell us why.
We're pissed off, okay? And Mike McCarthy's return to Lambeau Field. We blow the lead. We get fucking cheated, and it's revenge time. We're going to go into Minnesota. We're going to show you why it's not 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins either. That's a mean Kirk Cousins. It's a 325 Kirk Cousins. So he's pretty mediocre, I think, there as well. So go ahead and that's probably America's game of the week right there. Give me Dallas. On the road. Michael Parsons, for some reason, was in coverage all game last game. I don't know what Dan Quinn was doing there, but you got to let the dog eat. Give me the Cowboys.
I like it. Barrett, what do you think?
You already know I'm taking the Cowboys here. I think Micah's going to have a bounce back game after a relatively quiet game versus Green Bay. Another stone-legged quarterback here with Kirk Cousins with very limited mobility. I think Dallas defense eats. I think Justin Jefferson he still gets his probably over 100 yards still, but I think Cowboys just overall bend but don't break and escape. I'm not going to say they're going to blow them out. Escape Minnesota with a W.
It probably will be an escape.
Yeah, I agree. If anything's going to happen, Dallas is going to have to escape Minnesota with a victory. But give me Dallas to win, even though I think Kirk Thuggins could come out and get this. But after a hard-fought victory in Buffalo, they're probably going to take this one off a little bit, relax a hair. Give me Dallas to just kind of sneak out of there with a win. Chicago in Atlanta. Atlanta favored 3. This is an accurate line. Let's see if it's adjusted. It has not adjusted. Justin Fields is playing out of his mind, but you know what it's not doing? Translating to wins. When it comes time when it matters, Justin Fields crumbles, and that's why he's going to be replaced in a few seasons. Give me Atlanta to win this game.
Fuck.
He's Taysom Hill. He's Taysom
Barrett,
Hill.
get after him, Barrett. Let him have it.
I just want to say he was my fantasy sleeper back in August or whenever we picked it. Let me just look in a standard PPR league. Let's see. Look.
It took him 9 weeks to go off.
He's 4th. It took him 9 weeks. He's getting to the offense. He's just
it's not sustainable.
Oh, Lamar Jackson had an MVP season. Are you saying that's not sustainable? It is.
It's not. Look at him now. He's playing like dog shit.
What? He's the only reason they're
Lamar Jackson was MVP going into week 7, and now he's fucking MVP least. Nowhere to be found. He's not throwing
Listen, I don't
touchdowns.
even know how the
He's not
Ravens are
even
scoring
rushing
points.
for
He
touchdowns.
doesn't have to carry the Ravens. The Ravens are a better team than the Bears. What are you talking about?
The Ravens they have a better defense. Their offense is kind of the same.
Ravens traded all their defensive guys. Fields is single-handedly carrying them. Yes, it's
The
not.
L's? He's
It's
carrying
not
them to
equating
L's?
to wins. Hey, it's not equating to wins. We're talking from a fantasy perspective. All in all, Atlanta's a better team. Atlanta wins anyway.
Great. You know what NFL coaches don't care about? Fantasy stat lines. You know what they care about? Quarterbacks that accumulate wins.
Okay, but
And Justin
wait,
Fields is not doing that.
are you saying wins are a QB stat?
I've always said that.
Good.
What?
Fair enough.
I've always said it. That's the reason why Tua is like undefeated in Skylar Thompson's ass.
True.
It's a QB stat. If Tua's in those games, I mean, Miami's probably a one-loss team, maybe
Yeah.
undefeated.
It could be. Could be.
But the dude got the whole fucking weird fingered thing going on, so he had to sit out a couple of weeks. And then Skylar Thompson, you're right. QB is winning is a QB stat, and Justin Fields is not a winning quarterback. Seth, what do you think? Atlanta or Chicago?
Give me Chicago Bears to roll into the Atlanta Falcons
Wow.
and beat them down. The losses are not on Justin Fields. Let's just put it there.
Last week's loss literally was on Justin Fields. He threw an interception on the game-winning drive.
Yeah, he threw a pick
How many,
six.
how many points did they score?
It's not translating to wins. Who cares?
How many points did they score?
I don't know, like 30?
Okay. So let me I don't have two monitors. I'm not fancy. So let me go back to last week. The Bears scored a whopping 30 points. That was good enough to beat all but the team they lost to, the Dolphins, the Vikings, the Commanders. So like 4 or 5 teams. If the fucking defense was competent, I don't even know if I've said that word right, then they would be winning games.
You're right.
They've been on a tear. They dropped what, like 30 something on Miami?
Yeah, Tua shredded them, but yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
there were a couple
Justin
blown
Fields
calls.
Is
too.
doing what he needs to do to put points on the board. He can't play defense too.
Yeah, but when the game-winning
Is it
drives matter,
sustainable?
when the game-winning drives matter to get him into the game to win the game, just like last week against the fucking Detroit Lions.
But that's fine though, because those mistakes can be corrected. He's still balling at a high
when he's
level.
replaced, they'll be corrected when he's replaced.
There's no way they're gonna. He's the best quarterback they've freaking talent-wise ever had. There's no way they're gonna let him.
Jay was there, Barrett.
He's literally Taysom Hill.
Who was there?
Smoking Jay.
Yeah, I like
Smoking
Fields.
Jay, Smoking Jay was crazy talented arm wise.
I don't know.
Smoking
Give me
Jay
the Bears. Give me the Bears. Give me the
All right,
points. And give
let's
me a
get off
Justin
the
Fields
Justin Fields
touchdown.
combo. I'm gonna keep riding this that he absolutely stinks for the rest of the year because he's not. It's not good. I mean, the dude's fast as shit and he's just taking off out of the pocket. Look at his throwing stats; they're fucking awful. They're bad.
They are.
He's not a good quarterback. He's Taysom Hill.
Okay.
Lined up out there playing full time. It's not translating to wins, but hell, it's fun to watch.
It is fun for my team. Fantasy.
That's how it goes. All right, we got the Buffalo Bills hosting the Cleveland Browns. Buffalo favored 8.5 here. I don't know if this line's been adjusted. Let me take a gander. It has been adjusted to Buffalo 8. Barrett, what do you think?
What a better way to come off a 2-game losing streak than the doo-doo Browns coming to town because Jacoby Brisket stinks. I mean, the Browns stink. Browns are poo, just like Sophie said. Now, they got a dominant two-headed run game, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Now, they're supposed to be literally, and I'm not exaggerating, okay, it's forecasted like 5 feet of fucking snow in Buffalo. Seriously, look that up. This is going to be a weird game. I don't think the Bills cover because I think it'll be a low-scoring game. But the Browns are the Browns. I mean, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney didn't do shit versus Miami. Bills O-line's better. They probably won't do shit versus the Bills. So this is going to be a low-scoring game. Buffalo wins. It's the doo-doo Browns. Who the fuck's going to pick them?
This is the last week of the Deshaun Watson suspension too.
Yeah, exactly. They're just they're done. They're done anyway. I mean,
that's what do you think?
This is a hard one to call just based upon weather. I'm gonna I hope it's on national television because that's gonna be awesome to watch. It may be fucking 3-0, but it's gonna be great if they don't get the fucking snow off the field. Which I think they're probably gonna plow it. And,
and there's gonna be like 10 feet of snow on the sidelines.
I hope they do it like that Philadelphia game we had a couple of years back where LaShawn McCoy went off crazy. They do that every 5 yards.
Yep.
And it's like 3 feet of packed in snow every 5 yards.
That's probably what it'll end up being.
It's going to be rough.
I remember that game. Calvin Johnson caught a ball and his whole face was just covered in snow.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not Miami, dude.
That was insane. Yeah, Miami to get throttled in the snow. Look, Miami's fucking Twitter god here. Barrett Rowe Trammell is just chilling down in Cabo. Even in the bye week, their fans take trips to the sun.
That's right. We're all here.
Wicked.
Josh Allen, big game on the ground. I think he's going to run for probably 60, 70 yards out here. So give me the Bills.
Yeah, I like the Bills to dominate this game. But I don't want to say dominate. Like Seth said, this game's probably going to come out to like a field goal. Maybe somebody gets a touchdown on the ground. I think Nick Chubb has the game of his life. Like one of those Shady McCoy games we saw in the snow. I think Nick Chubb could potentially have one of those games.
If the Bills make a couple of mistakes, the Browns have the guys on the ground in a snow game to win. I'm just saying. Yeah.
The Browns have the manpower to win this game in terms of running backs. Has James Cook, you think he's ever ran around in the snow? Devin Singletary played at Florida Atlantic. James Cook played in Georgia. Naheem Hines, where the hell he's from?
Indy, but yeah.
Indoor stadium.
Yeah.
I was like, none of these running backs have been out here running in the snow. I don't think they've ever even played a game in the snow. So who knows where that's at. Philadelphia at Indianapolis. They're favored 6.5 here. This is a revenge game for Philly. They're going to come out and just blow the freaking lid off Jeff Saturday. He had an emotional game last week. He's going to get a reality check this week of what NFL coaching is going to be like. Victory Monday ain't going to look good for him next week, folks.
No, they'll be practicing. Give me the Eagles to bounce back. Sorry, Saturday. You're losing on Sunday.
I think the Eagles are going to win, but look for Jonathan Taylor to have a big game. Jordan Davis is not up the middle for the Eagles right now. Probably going to come back for the Cowboys because, classic fucking look. But they're gonna get exposed on the ground. They kind of did though on Monday night. I think Jonathan Taylor is gonna have a big game. I'm gonna look like a clown whenever he comes out and runs 10 rushes for 22 yards or some bullshit.
No, not on Saturday's watch. That guy's gonna fucking get like 30 carries, bro.
Yeah, doesn't it? Akeem Hicks slide to the middle and Jordan Davis goes out, so it's like Akeem Hicks still a big body.
I think Linval Joseph is back. I don't think Akeem Hicks is on.
They just signed him. Yeah.
So, doesn't matter. Eagles are going to win this game, but it's just like Jonathan Taylor, big game.
All right, we got the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots. New England favored 3.5 here. I think the Jets need a freaking wake-up call, and this is going to be it. This division is just this gap of this division is just going to keep getting narrower and narrower as New England tops the Jets right here. Barrett, what do you think?
Yeah, New England has a chance to break the record of, I think, consecutive wins versus one opponent. And I think they're both coming off bye weeks. And you got Robert Saleh off a bye. And the main man, Bill Belichick, off a bye. I'm going to take the Patriots. Come on now.
He's getting extra footage on the bye week.
Yeah, I got to take New England. There's no way. Jets just – nah.
Seth, what do you think?
Man, I almost went out with the JETS chant.
You can't do it, dude.
But the Jets have not been the same since Brees Hall went down, in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bill cheating Patriots minus the 3 with the Jets rolling into town.
I think Matthew Judon will probably walk away with like 2.5 sacks this week too.
But man, I really want to take the Jets here.
No.
I can't
All
do
right,
it though.
Lions versus Giants. Giants are just gonna blow this game up. It's not gonna be a blowout, but they're gonna blow this game up. They're gonna outrun the shit out of the ball because I think Detroit has pretty solid pass defense. It's not great, but it's not bad. But their run defense is atrocious. It's
not
atrocious.
Not so fast, hotshot. Okay, I think the Lions win this game. Okay, the Giants. Frauds. Ask Barrett O'Trammell down in
You
Cabo.
think Detroit goes on a 2-game winner?
Yeah,
absolutely.
They haven't been on 2-game winner since 2014. You think they turn on one now?
Yeah, because it's the perfect time. This is the game that's going to start the Giants fraud tank. Sorry, Giants fans. You know I love you. You know I like the Giants franchise. You know Miami fans owe them everything. However, they are frauds. And this is going to be the start of their downfall. Look at their schedule. I mean, these guys, there's just no way they can sustain this. These one-score games.
The Giants, I see a list of W's coming down that schedule.
No. So what? They're just supposed to beat the Lions, but they're not going to. Then they're going to lose at Dallas. Then they're going to lose at the Commanders and then the Eagles. Like, it's over. It's over for the Giants. I'm sorry. They're going to go on a 4-game skid starting with Detroit. I got Detroit. MCDC.
Wow.
MCDC.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Baltimore versus Carolina. Carolina. Not looking pretty in this contest. Baker Mayfield is getting the nod this week. Is that right, Seth?
Yeah, PJ Walker has a high ankle sprain. Baker Mayfield in to start with Sam Darnold the backup.
Against the Ravens. Tough week to start. This line's been adjusted to 13. I don't know. I got to look at the out list here. Deshaun, questionable. Andrews, questionable. Gus Edwards, questionable. Taylor Morton, questionable for Carolina. I like Carolina to cover this, honestly. I do. I like Carolina to cover. I think Baker's going to come out slinging. He has to. He absolutely has to. Deontay Foreman's on another level. That dude's crazy good.
He's good.
That dude's crazy good. And you pair him up with Chuba, who's coming back this week, healthy, to split carries with. I know it's really 70-30 split carries. That's a pretty good combo to run the ball. I like it. Give me Carolina to cover, Baltimore to win. Bear, what do you think?
Ravens are playing great right now, man, but give me Carolina to cover.
So what do you think?
As much as I am a Baker bro, 13? That's a lot of points. Even at home for the Ravens, go ahead and give me Carolina. I think, I don't know. I don't know how Lamar Jackson can sustain what they've been doing by jumping out to leads on people, but hopefully that doesn't happen versus the Panthers because we all love Baker.
Yep. Washington Commanders at the Texans. This is the absolute stinker of the week. Maybe the next game after the stinker of the week.
Next game, stinker of the week.
We'll give this one a pass. ODU is going to come in here and just dominate the Texans, man. This is going to be Taylor Heineke's blowout game. He's probably going to drop 400 passing yards with 4 touchdowns. Give me ODU to take this game home. What do you think, Barrett?
Yeah, dude. I mean, just what a great Texans are. Just they stink, man. Like they're just a great.
They're going to draft CJ Stroud, and they're
just a great team to have. Just kind of on the schedule, you see the Texans there. Miami's gonna lose to the Texans next week off a bye, and then this is just gonna be all like bullshit. But yeah, Washington, come on, man. Heineke starting 6-5, baby. Let's go.
Yep. Seth, what do you think?
Commanders.
Easy. Yep. Stinker of the week. We move on to the Raiders versus Broncos. Country is slowly dying. Denver favored 2.5 here. I don't fucking think so. I think Denver's are the biggest frauds. Give me the Raiders to finally chalk up another W here and add on to that 2-6 list. Make them 3-6, baby. Moving on to next week. Give me the Raiders. Seth, what do you think?
Common Midyan. I think the Raiders will win this game, and I think it's purely because Derek Carr came to the podium. Tear in his eyes, said, "This is not great." He's taking it on the chin. Whenever his team loses, the immediately finger gets pointed to the quarterback. Vance. I think this is a big game for Derek Carr to come out and win. I think he needs to prove it because they went and got his favorite target from college. So beat the division rival on the road, and let's start looking at next year. I mean, the Raiders are a kind of dysfunctional franchise, maybe even more than the Browns. They don't have like a first-round pick on their roster that is like extended and or not cut from like the last 3 or 4 years. I think it's bad. The Raiders are poorly run. Did you see the fact that the Raiders cannot get rid of Josh McDaniels?
Yeah, they don't have enough cash or something like that.
They don't have enough hard cash, like actual cash, to get rid of Josh McDaniels. So he has to basically be the coach for fucking this year and next year because they can't even fire the fucking guy because they're cash poor. Like,
yet again,
I saw a thing where Mark Davis takes fucking Southwest Airlines to go to Las Vegas. Like, are you joking? Like, he just built a multi-billion-dollar stadium and they can't even like fire and hire coaches as they want to. What a joke. But I'm going to take the Raiders to win this one. Big bounce back.
What do you think, Barrett?
Yeah, like piggybacking off Seth, the crying car, the Devontae Adams is like, we got to play better. Like, this is not what he came here for. I just want to shout out to all the haters too that thought Devontae Adams and Carr would be like, the best thing since sliced bread because they stink. But they're not as bad as Russell. Let's ride, okay? So give me the Raiders. I think Carr's going to have a big game. You're looking at like 3 touchdowns, 300-yard type of game here.
I like it. All right, move on to Cincinnati. Oh, fuck me.
Contagious.
Out of nowhere. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals roll into Pittsburgh country. Pittsburgh coming off a big win over the New Orleans, the absolute most dominant team in the NFL, New Orleans Saints. Just get big time win over them. Bengals coming off the bye. Joe Burr back in action. I like Joe Burr to just throttle the Steelers this weekend. Barrett, what do you think?
Yeah, first game of the season, Steelers upset the Bengals. TJ Watt dominated. Now TJ Watt is back, but Bengals still don't have Jamar Chase. But I think Joe Burrow goes in off the bye and just handles business and gets revenge on Steeltown.
Yep, I like it. Seth, where you at?
This is going to be a big win for the Bengals. Steeltown is ass. I don't even know how the hell they beat teams this year. I mean, like, they didn't have Minka Fitzpatrick last week. Good gravy. Najee Harris looks like a bum other than last week. So give me the Bengals to have a big week. Joe Burrow will have Jamar Chase, I think, next week because he did not go on IR, and I think we're on week 3 with no Jamar Chase. So here we go. Hoo-day, Bengals.
All right, now we move on to the real chant, the who dat. New Orleans favored 4. This line's been adjusted to New Orleans favored 3.5. I only think New Orleans is favored because they know that bad man. Jameis Winston is going to come in at quarterback this week.
Is he really?
He's coming in this week, folks. It's going to be announced soon. No way they keep rolling with Andy D. It's already been hinted at that he's going to be announced starter. So give me Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints to come in and pour it on the Matt Stafford list, the Cooper Kupp list.
Matt Stafford will be back.
He probably will be back, but he's a bum this year. He got a Super Bowl. Let him ride off in the sunset. Give me New Orleans.
I would say the Saints need to try to tank. No first-round pick, though, right? So you got to try to win these games.
Yeah. Do you really want to give? You really want to give Philly a top pick and go get them another?
Ooh, God.
another like they'll probably draft defense with it or tackle offensive line. But
I mean, you gave him Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and then you gave him the first-round pick. It's just like
yeah, absolute clowns.
So I am going to take the Saints in the dome. No Cooper Kupp. Jameis Winston. Oh boy, it's back. The boys are back in town. Yeah,
The boys are buzzing. The boys are buzzing. What do you think, Barrett?
Dude, yeah, give me the Saints to bounce back. LA is done, man. Cooper Kupp is out. This is a Saint train right here, dude. Let's go.
Easy peasy. All right, we got the Sunday night football game, Kansas City versus the Chargers in Los Angeles. But you know what? I like that bad man, Patrick Mahomes, to come in here. Look, I honestly starting to think Justin Herbert might be a fraud. Might be a fraud.
Tua may be better than Herbert from the draft. What?
Yeah, give me Patrick Mahomes to take this victory home. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy peasy. This line's been adjusted to 5.5. I think Vegas knows something. I like this game to come down to the wire with Kansas City taking it home. Barrett, what do you think?
Man. Yeah, give me Kansas City. Sorry, Chargers, man.
Seth, what do you think?
This game got flexed into prime time, and I can understand, wanting to see Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is on a different level right now, really going for that second MVP. But when you put the doo-doo Chargers on prime time, and you have to watch Justin Herbert check it down 30 times to fucking Austin Eckler, it gets a little snoozy. I mean, God dang it. I'm going to take the Chiefs in a blowout win. Chargers, fraud.
Last time they played, they only won. Chiefs won by 3 in Arrowhead.
I don't even give a damn. Give me the Chiefs by fucking 14.
All right. We got the Jimmy Garoppolo 10-2, no touchdown passing son of a gun rolling into Phoenix versus either Colt McCoy or Kyler Murray. We don't know which one's playing yet. They both sustained injuries, so we don't know which one's going to get the nod.
Colt McCoy came back in.
He's ruled questionable right now. We'll see where he's at.
He's unsure.
I think they're leaning towards McCoy because, I mean, obviously Kyler's the franchise guy. Sit him out, call this season kind of a wash. But Colt McCoy got you a dub last week, right?
Whoa. Hey, look,
he did.
Colt McCoy looked very good.
Colt McCoy always looks good when he comes in until you put him in the starting role full time, and then he just turns into dog water.
I'm just saying. Colt McCoy was slinging some fucking pigskin around last Sunday.
He was.
It was nice. I mean, Rams kind of got
McCoy's a good quarterback, man. He's just never found his way in the NFL.
They get the shit out of the Rams.
But he throws a good football. Dude's been a backup for like 12 years in the NFL. He throws a great football, man. I like Colt McCoy. I wish his story would have ended up differently. But,
I don't like Colt McCoy because he's from Texas.
Well, I like Texas quarterbacks. I like Sam Ehlinger. I like Colt McCoy. I like Vince Young. It's like I like all these guys so far. I like Quinn Ewers, even though I shouldn't.
God,
man, dude!
I like Quinn Ewers, even though I shouldn't. But no matter what, give me Jimmy Garoppolo to roll in here. Probably not throw another touchdown and add to that stat line 11-2. Barrett, what do you think?
Man, dude. Fuck Jimmy G, man. Give me Colt McCoy and the Cardinals, man. Let's go. Monday night. Let's go.
Seth, what are you thinking?
Give me the Cardinals at home. Okay, the mediocre 49ers. If Jimmy G wins another fucking game without throwing a touchdown, I'm going to lose my shit. I hate that statistic. So give me the Cardinals at home. Hope Kyler's back. Got a little war zone in the system. Yeah, it'd be enough to pump me up to go out and throw 3 touchdowns. So go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna take them.
Dude, that's such a great stat for Jimmy Garoppolo. That just shows what a great game manager he is.
Oh, no,
it's insane.
Oh God. I'm tapped into 49ers Twitter, like I said last week. And every week after the fucking game, because the algorithm on Twitter, you click on one post, it shows you because you like this one post and who they're related with. I click on one thing that was like showing Jimmy G, who had a wide open swing to Devo, for a touchdown, missed his read, clown
The
ass,
guys-
threw it over there for like a 2-yard loss. And you click on that, and it's just 49ers fans just roasting Jimmy G for being such a bad quarterback, and they can't wait for Trey Lance. And I thought Trey Lance was a little fluky, in his first couple games. It was a little bad.
Bust.
But here they go. If I was a Niners fan, I want Jimmy G to fuck out of town. I can't believe that shit. Oh, man. God, worst. I'm not even going to get into it anymore. Worst quarterback in the league. Worst starting quarterback in the league.
All right, moving on. Did the Thunder blow that 1-point lead?
No, they didn't.
No, they did not.
Vance,
Congrats, going 7-8.
Put that baby on the podcast, Vance. Put that last shot on here. It's on Twitter. It's easy to find. I
can get it going right here. Let me.
SGA. Let me just say, SGA is no longer being slept on by the league. Hold fucking recognizing this man. Finally. Here we go.
They would be.
Step back.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, Shy.
The Thunder are going to make the playoffs, dude. They're going to be the 8th seed.
Look at Porzingis. I can't in disbelief. Shy.
Where'd that ball go? How'd he get that? Oh, behind the back. Behind the back between the legs?
God dang.
Shy.
Let's hold him to it. But he says Shy is not worth it. It's not going to trade. And look at this man's stats this year, okay? They did a blind resume of Steph Curry next to Shy, and almost 4,000 people took SGA over Curry at a blind resume.
He is playing. Look at his numbers. He is averaging like almost 30 a game, I think, if not 30.
He's over 30 a game.
Yeah,
he's at like 32.
Dude, it's insane. I'm happy for the guy, man.
All right,
he's going nuts.
This is all I'm going to add to that. Steph Curry's 34. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 24. Come on.
Steph Curry is a generational point guard.
Come on.
He's a generational
talent. Vince Carter's a generational talent. You know where he was at 34?
I don't know.
Bottom part of the league.
He was a generational athlete. I don't think Vince Carter was a generational talent.
Oh, yeah, he was a generational athlete. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't think he was out here just dropping threes like it's nobody else's business.
He's all-time. He's like top 10 all-time three-point scorers.
But he's nowhere close to Steph Curry in the top. Curry broke that shit. Is going to play for 3 more years and literally make it untouchable. The only person I think has a chance, of touching Steph Curry's record is Trae Young. If Trae Young can, find some stability, be able to play in a good system, which, I don't even know if Trae Young can make it. Tim Murray going crazy. The image pass.
The internet might be crapping out here now, boys.
Oh, don't do that.
I think it was my internet.
All right, yeah. Vince Carter is 6th in all-time.
All-time?
Yeah, all-time three-pointers.
He played a long time. What's the difference between him and one, though?
Curry is three-pointers made 3,182. Vince Carter is 2,290. So almost
1,000 more. Exactly. He was launching them, and he could hit them. He's nowhere near the shooter that those top guys are. So it's like Steph Curry will put that thing at least 2,000 or 1,000 away from who had it? Ray Allen?
Yeah, Ray Allen's at 2,900. He's already 200 above Ray.
He'll put it about 1,000 above. It'll never get touched. Anyway, this isn't about him. This is about SGA. And I think he is the leader of this franchise. If the Thunder get rid of SGA, I will literally think about revoking my fucking team fanship.
Dude.
Because once again, you have a superstar on your team, and you're going to let him walk for some bull.
They won't. And he is single-handedly, carrying them because he is kind of getting tired of losing. So, he is definitely, doing everything.
The greatest thing about SGA is he does it all because he's tall. So he scores, he rebounds, he assists, and I think he averages almost 2 steals and blocks a game.
Dude,
his field goal percentage, he's shooting above 50% from the field. He's balling this year. Okay, you
Yeah, right
can't
now-
let SGA
Right
go.
now, he's averaging 2.1 rebounds a game, 1.5 blocks a game, 5 assists, 4 boards, and 31 points, 31.5 points on 37% shooting from 3-point land. So he's not even shooting bad. Like that's above league average on 3-pointers.
That's really good. That's really good, in my opinion. I mean, and then he hit one. It's clutch, and everybody's recognizing SGA for being clutch this year. That was a big 3. And who fouled in the paint the other day, Barrett?
What?
Who fouled in the
Who
paint
fouled?
the other day?
When we gave up that lead,
That was Lou Dort.
not Lugents, man.
Yeah, that was freaking. Oh God. Yeah, that was
You
Lou
know who we
Dort.
need to get off the roster? There's 2 guys that are currently on the Thunder's roster. That we
Okay, let me take a guess. You want Poku and Baisley off the roster.
Hey, get them out of town. They are
I
the
think
worst
Poku-
additions. Poku's ass, man. He is so bad.
He's part of the Twin Towers, dude. You got to get the Twin Towers a run next year.
He's bad. He's so bad. You know who's great? Trey Man.
Yeah, but he's injured right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Lindy Waters came in and had a good game today. I mean, only 9 points, but plus 32 on the floor.
It's good. That's a high.
That's
plus
crazy
minus.
good. Only him and SGA. And let's see, who's this? Kenrick Williams, only plus players on the floor today.
Hey,
And Muscala by plus 3, but Muscala
OKC's OKC's 7-8. So
they are rolling. I like it. I love that the Lakers are poverty. I hate that Westbrook's on that team.
I hate it for us, man. I can't. Lakers are 3-10. That is disgusting.
Yep.
Hey, Russell Westbrook at an all-time high from 3-point percentage, though, shooting a career high from 3.
Good for him.
This year he is?
Career best.
The first 5 games, he was shooting 8%. He just magically whipped that shit around?
He was at 36% the other day.
What?
Yeah.
I was because I was listening to all sorts of people just dog the crap out of him because he's shooting 8%.
Look at his percentages.
He's shooting 34% right now.
Yeah, see, stroking,
Wow.
dude.
which is his second highest now. His
dropped
highest
below.
was the 2016-2017 season in OKC when he shot 34.3. Now he's shooting 34.
He was at 36. He was at 36 a couple days ago.
Dang. Way to go, Russ.
Hey, not his fault, dude.
Coming off the bench is kind of suiting him now.
Yeah. It's the same thing Melo should have done when he was in OKC.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I still got that fucking jersey on my wall over here.
Nick Lamb showing up late.
Clown Melo, dude. Coming to the Thunder after averaging 30. No, that year before he averaged 24 and had 15 30-plus point games. Comes to the Thunder, averages 15 and not one 30-point game for us.
He should have just ran the second unit, man.
You're telling me, dude, my all-time favorite player, and he comes to the Thunder. I love it. I'm loving every minute of it. Bounced in the first round, and he plays like shit all year. I hated it, dude. You hate to see your all-time favorite player come to your favorite team and play like shit. You hate to see it.
That is sad, dude.
Yeah, that'd be whatever, Dan Marino going to the Vikings and just stinking it up. I don't know. Or the Patriots.
The Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots. Man, what if Dan Marino would have been a Pat? Oh, God.
Probably had a couple Super Bowls. But on the bright side, Barrett, the 72 Dolphins?
Yes.
Pop the champagne.
They
did
the
it.
champagne, folks.
They did
Love
it.
to see it. All right, that's all I got for you boys tonight.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Way to go, 72 Dolphins.
Yeah. Hey,
They survive another year.
Listen to these picks. If anyone wants that $10 bet on the Cowboys,
Hey, Nick's here real quick. Is Nick still here? I bet he'd take that bet.
I know they're gonna beat the Vikings, Nick. So calling it.
Cowboys beating the Vikings. The Spirits bet of the week.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you boys on the next one, huh?
Later.
See ya. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Taking On Sports Podcast. As always, we want to hear from you guys, the fans. Get interactive in the chat. Shoot us a message. You can come on the show almost anytime, as long as we don't have a schedule already pre-written out. We're pretty flexible, though. I mean, we kind of just show up and wing this shit every day anyways, but we are pretty good at it. So who cares? We'll catch you guys on the next one. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. See you soon.